We are Sparrow Soaps. I'm Danielle.
I'm Michelle.
And we are going to show you the process behind making soap. I have everything measured out here for time purposes. Today we're making Country Girl, one of our customers' favorite. All right, so first things first, I'm going to add my oils into my mixing bowl. This is soybean and olive oil. And then I'm going to add our coconut oil and our palm oil. Just so you know, our palm oil is ethically sourced. They're not pulling the whole plant. They're actually pulling partial plant and planting alongside the grove that they're pulling from.
Yeah.
Is that the right word, grove?
I don't know.
All right, now that I have my oils poured in, I am going to take a quick temperature of my lye solution. I have 100.8, and a temperature of my oil solution, I have about 120. So as long as they're within 10, 15, 20 degrees of each other, they're good to go. So our temperatures are, yes, my oils are a little bit high. Fun little trick is my milk is cold right out of the fridge, so I can actually make the oils temperature drop a little bit. I like my temperatures within 10 to 15 degrees of one another. So by adding the milk into my oils, it's going to bring the 120 degrees probably down. I can actually take another temperature, Michelle. Give it a little stir. Yep, we're at like 102.
Yep.
So 100 and 102, we're just literally 2 degrees of each other. Now I'm going to take my lye mixture and strain it over my oils to make sure that I catch any lye that might not have dissolved. If I don't catch all the lye beads, what happens is tomorrow I come in and I go to cut my bars of soap, and the lye will never dissolve in oil, so it will be encapsulated in oil, and then I will still have a live lye pocket. So I would potentially burn somebody, and I don't want to do that. We sell lots of soap for a living, so I don't want to burn people. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing the lye and the oils together, and what we're waiting for is something called trace. When I was first taught like 12 years ago how to make soap, I'm like, what is trace? I don't understand trace. Michelle was trying to explain it to me. My aunt would try to explain it to me. And basically they'd say you could trace your name at the top because the solution is so thick.
So it's suspended.
Yeah, so it's like suspended. It's like so thick that you could suspend another something on top. I changed trace into, we were looking for vanilla pudding because it's way easier to understand. So I'm making Country Girl, which is 2 different colors. So I'm going to pull out some of my vanilla batter. And I'm going to change it into brown. And I'm going to change it into pink. And you can see that it's still very liquidy. Nothing would hold on top. So we want to make sure that it comes together.
Which is the term saponification.
Saponification. So I'm going to mix my colors. We use mica for the coloring. We also like to think what in nature could make a color. We use a lot of turmeric. We use a lot of spirulina, walnut powder, cinnamon. So it's easier and more readily available when you think like what is a natural color. We just use pink mica for the pink because there's nothing that makes a bright pink. So I don't know if you can see inside here, but I could suspend another color on the top, and that's basically called trace. So at trace, I'm going to add my essential oil. And then we're all done mixing. So to make it all pretty and swirly, I add most of my colors back into my mixing bowl. And I save a little bit for the top. It's kind of like baking a cake, really. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my mold. This particular mold makes about 28 bars of soap. There's many ways to swirl soap as well. This is just how I swirl soap. I always make sure that everything's very level before I add the color to the top. Michelle likes to swirl hers very abstract-like. So you can see how thick the oils have become. That's the lie's job. So this is how I swirl. I like to double swirl just because I don't like to see the lines. But Michelle likes to swirl in circles, triangles, squares.
Whatever is going on in my head at that moment.
And there you have soap. So this is going to be covered with another piece of plastic saran wrap just so that we can keep the heat in, but also once that lye becomes a gas, it tends to come up out of the bar of soap. And if it's not covered up with saran wrap, what happens is the gas then falls onto the bar of soap and it creates like a little bit of ash. I don't want this bar to have any ash. The ash is not chemically harmful at that point. It just makes
more cosmetically, yeah.
Yeah, it makes like a mottled effect to the top of it. And this particular bar, we want it to be nice and clean. So I'm going to saran wrap it, and then it's going to sit overnight. Tomorrow I'm going to come in and cut it into 28 bars of soap plus 4 half bars that we now sell in the store. Those bars are going to sit on curing racks for 4 to 6 weeks, which sounds like a long time, but we always have soap rolling continuously to sell. So yeah, we hope you like the process of making soap.
Don't forget.
Oh yes.
We are now offering our booklet that we created that we give out when we make our soap classes. If you wanted to just get the basics of soap making, we do have this available on our website. It's something new, but we're going to try it and see if it works.
It just basically gives you all the steps by yourself. If you're good at teaching yourself, a self-taught person, this would be perfect. It tells you all the ingredients you need to purchase.
Helpful links.
Tells you the mold that you have to go and buy, and you can kind of watch our video and meander through making soap by yourself.
Yep.
Or come and take a soap class with us. Follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and sparrowsoaps.com if you need more information.
And YouTube.